And we're live, ladies.
Hey
Hello.
guys,
Thank you all so much for joining. Please give us a few seconds while we share our live video and then we'll kick it off from there. All right.
Miss Henrietta, your network is beating you up.
I'm having the same issue.
No, not quite, ladies. I was just trying to do something with the phone. Okay.
All right. I'm trying to copy this link.
Okay.
Out of, all right. Bear with us. I do not write a topic on like an introduction because we have a lot of sets that we'll be going through.
I hope you all are having a good Sunday.
Think office.
I know. And it's the mid month, the city month, so the year is almost over.
Having a
So
good Sunday.
fast.
Think office.
I don't know if people are hearing. It's like there's an echo when I talk.
It was coming from me.
Oh, okay.
I had two devices, so I've muted one. I think it was coming from me. When you were talking, I could hear two Henrietta.
And it was like, am I an alien?
Yep. Never know.
Oh my
People
God.
ask.
Oh.
All right, ladies. I think I have the link in the chat.
Okay.
Okay.
So we can get started. Presenter is off.
Okay, let's start. First of
It's
all, we
Molly.
want to say sorry
It's
for starting
Molly.
late. Okay. We know some of you have been here waiting for us. Sorry, shame on us. Shame on you, Mollie Show. Shame on you, Olivia. Shame on you, Henrietta. Molly, big shame on three of you. Keeping your viewers waiting. Um, Today I'm here with my co-host, Miss Henrietta,
Hello.
Miss Olivia, and I am Miss Molly, and you are watching the Mollie Show.
Mollie Show.
Thank
Okay,
you all
over
so
to
much.
yeah,
Presenter,
go ahead.
over to you.
Oh my God, ladies. Oh, like
No,
Miss Molly
Presenter,
said.
over to you. Over to you.
I know, I know. Thank you so much, viewers. We really appreciate it. And our topic today is in so many sections, like Miss Olivia said, and we want your fully participation because, like we always say, if you all are not out there, we'll not be here. And make sure that the viewers are 18 years and above. That is very important because we don't want to have a lawsuit. So our topic today has to do with life, family, love, kids, and everything. So Miss Olivia is going to introduce us the topic. Thank you.
All right. Trust me, I'm having some internet issues. I'm trying to fix it as the best I can, but please bear with me 1 second while I get back into the studio.
Okay, I think Miss Olivia has something you can for, like she said, and
Totally
we
apologize for that.
so
Okay.
okay. She's back.
All right. Miss Renata, I think you're introducing the topic. I just have that below.
Oh, thank you. Is it okay for your mothers? It means everybody's mother-in-law to be in the labor room during delivery. Do you think it's okay for your mother-in-law, Miss Olivia, Miss Molly, and my viewers? It's okay for her to be in the labor room when you're delivering. So that goes mostly to our ladies. And also, I also say to the men because most of the men are in the labor room. So is it okay for your mother to be in the labor room when your wife is having the baby? So over to you, our viewers, your comments and um, whatever you think about this topic, please bring it out there. We're ready to chat together. So let's make it lively. And I know it's going to be a good topic. So I don't know if you want me to start, Miss Olivia.
Please go
Thank
ahead.
you all so much. I know that I will say that motherhood is so nice. It's a good thing, and kudos to all the mothers out there, and most especially that we have kids in a different form. Some of us have kids during C-section, some have it naturally, and it's a blessing. But this topic is about your mother-in-law being present when you're delivering. That means, is it okay for your mother-in-law to be in the labor room where the doctors and nurses and most especially you, your coochie is out there? We use the word coochie down there, which is that thing down there. It's open and it's wide and it's giving out there. So your mother-in-law is there. I think it really depends sometimes why your mother-in-law is there. But for me, it won't be a good thing, especially if I have my husband. If he's there, I don't think it's proper and ethical for my mother-in-law to be there. So I think that if mother-in-laws want to be in the labor room, it has to have a condition. It has to be a certain something has happened that I can. It's beyond my control that she has to be there. But technically, if my husband is there, he should be in that labor room. He's the one that made me pregnant for that 9 months. He's the one that has the baby. He's been seeing the coochie all the time. So I think it's a good thing and fair enough for him to be there. Because sometimes your mother-in-law can imagine how that coochie looks like, and when she comes there, it's a different form of coochie, or what the son has been telling the mom how it looks like, and she comes there, she's like, I don't get it. It has scars. So, and she said, my son-in-law is the only husband she's had or boyfriend. So I think it's real, it's live because we don't really know what mother-in-laws might say out there after they come out of that labor room. So we're trying to keep our dignity, we're trying to keep our secret because that place is secret. So I think for mother-in-laws, I don't think they should be in the labor room. Yeah, they should stay out there, just wait for the baby. They're coming. So I don't know what you think, Miss Molly or Miss Olivia, about that.
Miss Molly, do you want to go ahead? I have I'll just
Yeah.
say thank you to all our viewers that we have at the moment. We have +7 viewers. Thank you so much. We have greetings from Miss Agbo Testimony. Thank you so much. I see you are inviting a lot of people to join our show.
Oh,
We appreciate that. Please join us and tell
thank
us what you
you.
think. We have our topic right there on the screen. So if you're joining, you can just go ahead and read that and give us what you think. I see Miss L say, hi, Miss Anita, you're beautiful. And she says, oh my God, not the coochie. She's rolling over the floor. So please keep your comments coming. Elle, we want to hear from you. What do you think about that? If you have any suggestions, any proposals, any ideas that you want to talk about it, please go ahead and drop that comment. Miss Molly, let's go.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, to me, I wouldn't want my mom to be there when I'm the delivery. I don't want my mom there. I don't want my mother-in-law there. You know, they have had their experience, right? Just give us the chance to have our experience. I
Is
want
it
my husband to be there because these men, most of the time, they think it's easy. Yeah, we started this together. Let's go through it till the end. I don't want my mother-in-law to be there because at times you're in labor, you just want the support of your man, yeah. You are not in a good mood and you are giving him the look like, and then your mother-in-law be like, are you the first to have a baby? I had 9 of them. Yeah. You want to have that. That is a special moment to me. I want to have that experience with my man. I don't want my sisters there, even if we want to go deeper. I don't even want my sisters there. I don't want nobody there. The only time I will need my mother-in-law or my mom there is where, for some reasons, like Henrietta was saying, it depends, right? Maybe my husband is out of town because of work, or maybe there's an emergency and he cannot be there with me. And I'll be like, okay, in this situation, I need somebody. But if I can go through it by myself, let them stay at the waiting room. you know. So I would rather not have my mom there or my mother-in-law there. Keep it short. I don't want my mom to come and be seeing my coochie. You saw it when I was growing up, bathing me. That's it. Now it's a different level. It's a different species. Yeah, I don't want you to come and see that species. It's only for me and my man and those who are in the delivery room with me. I don't want you to come and see that. Okay, when we get home, I cannot dress up myself or bath myself. I need help. Okay, you will see it, but not seeing it deeper the way it's at the labor room because we just put everything out there. So I'm on the side of I don't want my mom, I don't want my mother-in-law when I'm in the labor room. I want only my man. That's my own 2 cents about it.
Thank you so much, Miss Molly.
All right. Thank you, Miss Molly. Let me just take the comments before I give my own opinion. So I have Cash Daramala. I hope I said that right. Cash Daramula. She said, "Good evening, Ma. Thank you
Oh
so
wow.
much for joining." And she says she's tagging her friends too and said, "Please share it to the groups. Thank you so much." And then we have a comment from Miss L. Where did I see that comment? Okay. Miss L. Elizabeth said, "I didn't even know that husbands don't go into the delivery room. My ex was
Oh,
deployed at that moment, but he left and came to have a baby. There's no excuse." Thank you so much for that, Miss L. Please keep your comments coming. We have the topic right there on the board. You see it as you join us. So let me take this topic in another part of it. I have my
Mm-hmm.
babies in Cameroon. Nobody gets into the room first of all? Not your husband, not your mother-in-law, not your mother, nobody. So it's you and that nurse over there. And if I had I think from my own perspective, because again, hey, Mollie Show viewers, what we're saying here is what we think is right from our experience. What we have read, what we're watching movies. We'll give you suggestion. We have not said it is the legit way things have to go. You can have a different impression for what we say here, and that's why we always keep the comment section open. Like, tell us what you think about it. So for me, if you have a relationship with your mom and you are like, "Oh, mom, I want you to be there when I'm giving birth to your grandbaby," I think it's not a problem. And also on the other side of the mother-in-law, some people have amazing relationships with their mother-in-law, and they think that, well, it's okay for her to be there in the labor room, the delivery room, but maybe too much people. You're vulnerable now. You're naked. You're out there. Everything is outside. Maybe you don't want a lot of people around you. It's so uncomfortable. There's some people who are very comfortable with that. There's some people who can go naked anywhere. Others are those are those introverts. They'll be like, no, there's no way I'm even going to go out with a crop top, right? So, but if you're comfortable with having family around you, please go for it if that makes you happy. But I did not have that experience. I never have that choice. I can still picture, I can still hear the voice of my mom and my husband out of the delivery room saying, "Can we please get in?" After I already had the babies, and they were like, no. And my mom kept insisting, and they let her come in and see me, and then she left before my husband, you know. So at that point, if I didn't have a mom at that point, if maybe my mother-in-law was out there, I would have loved her to be there because, you want that motherly love. You want that somebody who, you know how it is back home where we come from, to tell you that it's okay, you did a good job and stuff like that. But other people don't have that opportunity. But if I was given a chance and say, we have to let only one person in, of course, it would be my partner at that moment. Just like Miss Anita, Miss Molly said, "You are the one got me pregnant. Come on, let's face this thing together. Let me scream and, box and bite and do whatever, and not on my mother or my mother-in-law. Let's get this going so that you see what I'm going through." Just like Miss Molly said, it's a different experience. For those who are not mothers, I cannot say you understand. There's no way. So you get in there before you understand that tension. So again, for me, it's 50-50. If I had a chance, or if I have a great relationship with my mother-in-law and they can come in, if I'm comfortable to have people around me being naked, have my coochie out there, that's fine. But if not, if I'm given a chance to pick only one person, of course I'll pick my partner. All right. So I'll take the comments before we go around again. I think I have Miss Bunmi Olawale. I hope I said that right. She says, "I think it's okay for me." Thank you so much for, I think I could say that up here. Yeah, Bumi said, "I think it's okay for me." And then I have another comment from L. L said, "That's wild. They didn't let them go in. Wow, that's insane." Yeah, that's
Yeah, they don't in
African
Cameroon. They
period.
don't.
Yes,
Yeah.
they didn't do that. So, and then we have another one from Bumi. Bumi says, since she's gone through that before, why not? Like going through labor and delivery. And then we also
Mhm.
have another comment from Olaye Matthew. I hope I said that right, Matthew. I don't understand what you guys are saying at all. All right. Olaye, if we look at our screen right now, if you're looking at, if you're watching or you're listening, our topic today is it okay for your mother-in-law or your mom? Because when we talk about mother-in-law, it can be both sides, right? You can be
Mhm.
someone's mother-in-law and someone else's
Mhm.
mom. Is it
Mhm.
okay for them to be in the labor room during delivery? That's what we're talking about, Matthew. So um Elsa should let her get in and have the baby with me so she can see the coochie. So you can see my coochie is fine. And that's for you.
Oh my
Thank you so
God.
much.
I'm
We
coming
have
for you, girl.
Betty Damsel. She says greetings. And then
Greetings, girl.
I'm gonna read her name. If Lua Fortune, she said, I think it's cool. They are both the same gender. Thank you
Yeah.
so much
That's absolutely.
for your input. And she says nothing bad in it for her. Thank you so much. We love to have this conversation going. Like we give your own points and say it's okay, and we're also giving our own points why we think it's not. So please keep them coming. Miss Anita, let's go.
Yes, thank you so much. I want to thank the viewers for that. And really, I think the last viewer just said about being the same gender, that is absolutely right. And I think that's a good thing. It's trying to change my mind right now. But I'm so happy with what Miss Olivia said. We all are women and we had kids. And she said her experience back home was what it was. And it's absolutely right because I had two experiences. One thing I like about the Mollie Show is we talk about our experiences. Like she said, is what we feel, is what we have, is our own opinion. And when you have to relate your story out here, it can help somebody. Like that's what I always say. So back home, I think I don't know, Miss Olivia, if you had the babies naturally or was it through C-section?
Naturally. Mhm.
Oh, perfect. Oh, perfect. That means your coochie was really out there, girl. I see that,
Wow.
boo boo.
Wow, Dickies. They stitch himself. Oh,
Me?
Oh.
Hey. Oh, so but back home I had them. I had mine C-section, and I had it all through with the other two kids. So I think there are two different experiences for that because I think that's why I didn't really want my mother-in-law to be there with my mom because they have to take out all your organs. It's a very, very, I don't want to say bad experience, but it's an experience that it sits in you for the lifetime. I'm back home. I was the only person in the theater doing all that with the two doctors I can remember and the nurse. Nobody was in. All my family members were out, and they call that they have to do that while you are in general anesthesia. That means you're gone. And imagine back home in Africa with all I won't say the technology we have, but with the healthcare system there, that is not good. So I think I was going in there with a lot of prayers from my side and my family, and I had to make it out alive. And I kept that for the other two kids. And when I came here, I think my sister-in-law had to go in the second time to see that because I'll be honest with you, my husband he was scared. So he didn't come in. And I felt so bad. I was like, "You're not coming in?" He's like, "Oh, he's scared." I'm like, "I don't care. You have to come in." So when they had to take me in, me knowingly that he's coming, Miss Molly and Miss Olivia, guess who was there?
The
My
sister.
sister-in-law. So when I came out, I'm like, "Young man, what happened?" "Oh, I'm scared." I'm like, "Wow. You men sometimes you guys do to us like we think you guys are heroes, but at the end, you guys sometimes are scared of stuff." And guess what happened with the third baby? I told him, "Young man, if you're not coming in, I think this marriage is not gonna work." In Africa they give you two marriage certificates. He has one, I have one, because I told him I have mine. I can destroy mine and yours. I don't know what you're gonna do with it. He came in, and that was the worst experience of his life till today. So I asked him because you don't see it's like they took out your intestine, they took out your stomach, they pulled it out to get to the baby.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, and he said they have to burn you, and then I was smelling like meat. I will never forget that. So I asked him, so he said, so he didn't look at it. He came to the blind. He's like, I can't look at it. I can't look at it. I said, you have to look at it. Look at what I'm going through so that at the end you
Yeah.
can respect. So I think
Mhm.
that's why my experience that I went through, I that's why I keep saying my mother-in-law or my mom. I really didn't want them to be there. But if I had a chance, and I appreciate what Miss Olivia said, if you have a chance and you know that there's no way your husband wasn't there or whoever is not there, only your mother-in-law. Unfortunately, that's the only person, because here in America, I want to say this healthcare system with black women, it's a lot of trouble. What black women go through in healthcare in this country is scary. That's why we really need each other. We need somebody closer to us when you're in the hospital, because if you see the rate of black women dying after birth, it's really alarming in this country. We don't know, because most of the time they're either there alone, and oh, there's any complication, they'll be like, okay, they have their ethnicity, their each
Mhm.
other killing. Always tell us that our characteristics to them is different. So I will really believe that if you're going in there, your mother-in-law, whoever is there, should go in with you. Don't go in alone. Never you do that. You don't know if you'll come back alive. So I really love our experiences. Miss Molly, you haven't told us about your experiences, girl. I can't wait to hear if the coochie was out there or the boobs or whatever. You had it
No,
out there, mama.
no,
Mm.
my coochie wasn't out there because
Okay.
I was in labor with my first child for 18
Mm-hmm.
hours and the baby was not coming. I was not dilating. So the doctor had to say, like, you still have like 18 more hours to go. The way you are dilating is so slow, but the baby cannot breathe. So we had to go through C-section. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't have the opportunity like some people do that. You have your in-laws here. I did not. It's just me and my husband.
Of
So he
course.
was there with me, you know. We went there, we had the first baby and the second baby too, he was there. And it's a good experience. Yeah, it's a good experience. And like you said, it's not something you can go by yourself. And if you don't have an in-law, you don't have a spouse,
get
you
a
have a
friend.
boss, you have somebody you can lean on, you have a church member, you have
Yeah.
someone, you know, you have someone you can lean on. Yeah,
Then why
that's
do you look so? Why do you look so sexy? Let me
oh
tell your viewers, if Miss Molly is saying that she had all her kids through C-section, and you see Miss Molly, you wouldn't believe it. She doesn't
mhm.
have a tummy. She's so flat with the
She
tummy
only has
section.
big boobs. She only has
I
big
don't.
boobs.
I would take the big boobs for me.
Grab it. Grab the big boobs. She looks absolutely gorgeous. I swear. The only thing I do myself every time with a big tummy, people say, I'm like, oh, I got C-section. That's my own. That's where I tell people that my tummy is big because of C-section. Girl, you proved me wrong this time. I think I have to do some exercises, Miss Molly.
Senator, you guys are being so sweet. Thank you.
Oh, you look so good.
Uh,
Oh,
Thank you so
I'm sorry.
much.
I had
Thank
to
you.
cut you, Miss Molly. You can go
No, no.
back. Girl, I'm
No,
sorry.
I think we can continue with the other part of the
The part of the
conversation,
question.
right? Yeah,
Okay,
Okay.
go
I'll
ahead.
bring that up. I'll bring that up. All right. So, but before we go, we have an amazing audience here. So
Ooh.
we're thanking you all. I see. Miss. Okay, I'm trying to get not to get it wrong. Cash Daramola. She says it's okay for her regardless. And she
Mhm.
said you tried. I know she was saying that when Miss Verita was saying something about in the surgery for her baby. She said you tried, and then Miss L said so he wasn't scared. So he was scared to come in, but he wasn't scared to see the
Uh-huh.
coochie.
When he was
Yes.
feeling, he was fine
Getting
with
Oh
it.
my
inside the
god!
coochie wasn't scared, girl.
Yes, that was so funny. I was like, oh my God. All right. So but let's go. Let's continue with that topic, but let's bring in something else. In relation to that also, right? We're trying to stay in that same topic.
Yeah.
So let's say let's put it in the way we put it in Africa, right? We know there's this popular name that I think the Nigerians call it. They call it omugo, like
Hmm.
when your wife has the baby, right? The mother-in-law comes in and stays, or your mother comes in. Let's not always look at the other way. Your
Yep.
mother-in-law or your mom. Let me edit that. So let's put mother and then slash mother-in-law. right? Because it's
Mm-hmm.
both ways. So,
Yeah.
how long should your mother or your mother-in-law stay for one house? So, you found that baby. Let's say, like Miss Hereta and Miss Molly were saying, it takes special attention when you are going through C-section, right? Somebody needs to care for you, somebody needs to clean you up, give you a bath. That's what happens in Cameroon. Because yeah, after I give that birth, your husband has gone to work in the morning. You have
Mm-hmm.
to figure it out. Maybe you don't have relatives. I'm one of those people. I've never had, family here. My family comes and visit, but I've never had people here that can stay like that. But in Cameroon, it's always different because you wake up in the morning before your feet hit the floor. Pot at soup already come. There's a little bit of what do you want, nafufu corn you want, and then we used to do napkins, right? The cloths that they used to
Yeah.
tie the baby, the diaper, the cloth diaper as they'll call it. Somebody has already taken the ones for overnight. They're washing it outside. You the job caller says you over soft. You're just trying to be you want to go peace, they take you, they bring you back, they give you everything you need. I think a lot of us like that care, like that, that more that they call your moment. But
Mm-hmm.
again, we are in a different country right now. When it happens to you when you give birth, there is absolutely no one for most families to take care of you that way. You have
Yeah.
to wake up with that baby in your arms and go and make a little bit of milk to drink or toast your bread or something or cook a very heavy meal because you're hungry and there's
Mm-hmm.
nobody there. I'm
Mm-hmm.
glad a lot of us have friends who come in and say, oh, they drop your plate of food, you're gonna keep it in your fridge and use it for those few days. But your friend will come every other day. But at one point also she has to go to work, right? Maybe she drops you before she goes to work, and then you're at the end of the day, you're only there with your husband. And it's frustrating. That's why some people get into PTSD. They are so frustrated because according to them, your husband is not helping you. He's going to work. He's not carrying the baby. You forget to know that that man too also went and clocked in 16 hours. He comes back.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to sleep. Yes, we have a baby. Yay. But he wants to sleep. He needs he needs a break too. Forgetting to know that you also were in that house for those 16 hours with the baby
Mm-hmm.
crying, not wanting to eat. Maybe you're a first time mom, the baby cannot breastfeed properly, you don't know what to do, you are so frustrated. Maybe you have been crying the whole day. Some people do it. You have just been crying the whole day, and that man comes in and you cannot stand it. You understand? But now if you have your mother-in-law or your mom there, I think it's an amazing thing because she'll try to take care of you the best she can, right? But after a while, let's say your mom is not residing in the US. Many people have families here just for visiting, and then they return to their homes. And others bring their moms actually because they had that baby. Like,
Yeah.
mommy, come because I don't born, you can't help me. Which is okay. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, if your mom had to leave let's say Cameroon, I'll quote where I come from, to come to
Yeah.
the US because I had a baby, I think you stay until you're tired, though, because you are going to help me. I know how it works here. I have to go to work after that because 6 weeks in
Mm-hmm.
the US, or if you born through section or triplets, quadruplets, natural, whatever, you're back to work or you're BPO, they'll fire you. You need to start looking for another job. There's some jobs who don't even give up to those 6 weeks. So if I have my mom or my mother-in-law who is willing to take care of that baby for me or help me, cook and clean while I go to work, please stay
Mm-hmm.
as long as you want, right? I understand that not every relation between your mom and your mother-in-law is the same because there are some people who cannot wait for those mother-in-laws or mothers to go back. They'll prefer me then carry that pikin with their hand, go cook, than for their mom to make one more day in the house. Because
Yeah.
of course people have differences. Maybe you have been quarreling. It's unfortunate, but things happen. That those are things you cannot change it. But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, there's always an advantage because that mother-in-law still has that feeling now. You can be quarreling with her, huh? But when her baby cries, her grandbaby makes yeah, she'll go and carry that baby. It still gives you the little bit of relief. But again, you don't have to be uncomfortable because you have somebody in your house.
That's right.
So I'm giving it back to the moms and the mother-in-law. If you see that you've overstayed you're welcome, and maybe you did not stay in your daughter-in-law's house or your daughter's house for a while, because most of them, I'll quote another example. Let's say Miss Molly has a sister here, and then she has given birth, then the mother has to leave from the sister's house to Molly's house, right? And she has
Mm-hmm.
taken care of the baby for a while. Mommy, go back or play with them. you know,
Mm-hmm.
you have overstayed your welcome now. Maybe your sister is also needing help. So for me, it just depends how you both relate with each other. And I always take that help, especially if it's someone who I'm cool with. It happens. You can be a mom, you can be a sister, you can be a mother-in-law, and there's always that tension between you two. And you just think being around you is so toxic. So let it go. When it's time, say, hey mommy, what's that? You go back when try to make it, that's your mom, that's your mother-in-law. Don't make you don't have to make her to understand that you don't want her in your home. But if you are not feeling comfortable, if you are feeling more, like threatened than being more relaxed, because of course I wanted you here so I could even take a nap. But if I cannot
Mm-hmm.
take a nap, even while you are here, then
Mm-hmm.
you don't get used. No,
Yeah.
me say,
Yeah.
what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, for me, it works. It works both ways. Let's see what you ladies think. But before I go, let me take the comments that I have. So, let me see. Going right up, I see. Okay, Friday. Ogunlade, thank you for joining. I know when this comment dropped, we're talking about the guys going to work and being there all day and come home, but the ladies still need work. And he was insisting that yes, they work all day. Men always want to insist on that, like they have
Mm-hmm.
been tired all day. And then we have
If
Usila,
we go on
Miss
that, we'll
Ape.
stay on that till tomorrow.
Yep. Miss Ape say
Mm-hmm.
greetings to you all. Greetings, Miss Ape. Thank you for joining. About testimony, I see you say sharing and inviting a lot of people. Thank you so much. And then we have a last comment that I saw. And okay, that's from Friday again. Friday Ogunlade. Friday says she can stay till anytime she wishes to leave. Thank you so much for your comment. And then we have one from Agbo Testimony. She says, yes, to me it's okay for them to stay as long as they want. But any better mother would know, say she doesn't have to stay too much.
Much.
Yes, that was a good one. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you, Agbo. And then we have one from L. L says, as a single mom, my mom can stay with me forever, but my mom is also amazing, so no complaints here. Yes, we're just talking about that. Like, if you know
Yeah.
people don't have any issues and she's
Yeah.
keeping, man, you can stay. Thank you all so much. Miss Anita, what do you have to say?
Oh my God. You know when a topic is off, you're like, oh my God, are they going to Miss Molly? Were they coming to me? I know we've talked. I just love this topic because it gives after the baby. Do you have to stay for long? It's like you say. It's a balance. It's a two-way stream. This is so complicated because if you're a mom now, so you had a mom and your mother-in-law, you're married to the son. So I'm like, there should be love. There
Mm-hmm.
should be love, and it's so unfortunate that sometimes it's not there. To be honest with you, like you said, we're in America, we really need that help. We really need that help, and it's rather unfortunate that sometimes some ladies don't, or some ladies have the help, and the help is not favoring them. It's not giving them what they want. It comes and gives them more burden. It's like you have a child and you're taking care of another person that doesn't even want to help you out. It's rather unfortunate that it happens that way. But we in the Molly show, like we always say, it's a good thing to be there for one another, because at the end of it, you might be thinking that I don't want to help my daughter-in-law, I don't want to do this, and you thinking you're hurting her. I always say that if you think you're hurting somebody that you know you have to help her with a grandchild, and then you're there sitting and like, oh, let me say in pidgin, ma, see what you go do with that pikin. What do you
Mm-hmm.
really think you're doing there? Why don't you just leave? For me,
Yeah.
the best thing is leave than staying there to hurt that lady.
Mm-hmm.
Because some mothers and mother-in-law come there, they just want to come there and sit. And what they tell you is this: I took care of your husband, I took care of you, my daughter, so I'm not going to take care of no grandkids. So what are you
Yeah.
doing there? My sisters always say that my family knows me. If I want to do something, I do it. I don't want to do it, I don't do it. So
Okay.
it's simple. You coming to help, you help. You don't want, leave. And that's what Miss Olivia was saying and what the other lady was saying. If they are not in good terms, if you all are not in good terms, why do they even come?
Right.
I love my mother-in-law to death. She's an amazing woman. I swear you all, Sometimes I'd be like, oh, can I switch moms? Yeah, I say that because at the end of it, life is being real. Life, this, we always say we cover the house with the roof or all that, but at the end of it, it shows in our language, in our bodies. So I'm
Yeah.
so proud of my mother-in-law. She was there for me when I had my last son, George. All of you know George, and unfortunately she had to leave because my sister-in-law had a baby. I was like, oh no, Miranda, why did you have the baby? I wanted mom to myself. You know what? It was an amazing experience. And they together, those two, George and Tiba George are like this. They go together like brothers. It's an amazing experience. And I've never had a mother-in-law that was that bitter, and it's unfortunate, ladies. But I want to applaud all the women out there that you're struggling going to work, like Miss Olivia said, that 6 weeks you said, Mama, it doesn't even work. In my field, if you have a baby, unfortunately, you don't even have no kids no more. When you done, you look for another job. It's some companies will help you out, but some don't. They don't even have time. This country, they say time is money. So they need your money. They need your money. The economy needs to keep going. They can't wait for you with the baby. When you were having the enjoyment with your coochie and your husband, they were not there. So it's so hard to take care of kids. So I'll beg every mother, every person that can help someone, do it. If we have to leave from Cameroon to here, it's a good thing. But know that when you leave, some mother-in-law, they come, they say they want you to pay them. It's sort of, I'm sorry, sometimes I always pause because I don't get it. I don't get it. How do you want me to pay you taking care of your grandkids? How does that even work?
The system.
When you had me or your son or your whatever back in Cameroon, you had niece, nephew, all that. Did you pay them? I know we work money, yeah, we want money, but the bills take all the money. To be
Yeah.
honest with you all, the money we work here, I don't think I can work it back home in Cameroon, but the bills I pay is 16, 20 times more than what I was doing in Cameroon. So when you come and you want and that's why I don't understand some mother-in-laws. And sometimes they come, they want their own apartment. Sometimes they come, they want to leave you with a baby. They want to work. And I have a child. That's why I'm saying, why did you even come?
Yeah.
It's like you put a wound on somebody and you want to put salt. You want to put sugar is even good. I will lick it out anyway. You want to put salt, pepper on that wound because
Oh.
I see, like, it's unfortunate that, and like I said, it's out there. It's unfortunate. It's not something hidden. It's something I'm saying because I've seen it, I've heard it, but it's not good. My take in it is don't even come. Don't come. Leave that lady alone, to go through what she went through. I went through depression when I had my third child because I didn't have help. I did not have help. It's something that can kill, but I'm so happy I'm still alive because it was the worst experience of my life. I don't want nobody to experience it. If you know you can have help anywhere, grab it. Grab it. Don't stay back and be like, oh, that person is coming to help me. I don't like the person. Girl, you need help.
Yeah.
That's why I remember when I had George, I went for his first birthday. We had a party. I told everybody, if you can keep your child in Mollie's house for 1 hour, in Olivia's house for 1 hour, for you to go somewhere, you should be absolutely grateful. Like Miss Olivia said, you should be thankful. Because in this country, you don't have time for nothing. If somebody can hold your child, if you have that opportunity, do it. Don't sit back. And it's unfortunate. I don't know if all of us did this, but in this country, we have daycare. And daycare is not cheap. It's so
No,
expensive.
it's not cheap.
So if you have any person that can help you, and most of the time, please, ladies that have kids, you should be nice too. Sometimes it's unfortunate because you give your child and then you come and get the child like, hey, the pikin, they never even change the diaper. Hey, the pikin said, see the way it Lana, shut up. If you had the opportunity, why did you give the baby? Why didn't you sit with your baby?
And I'm
So
very
I go back
selfish.
to all that have the child. If somebody takes care of your child, you come, the diaper is full, they haven't changed. Well, sister, thank you, brother, thank you, mommy, thank you. Take it, go, take care of your child. Because you didn't have that second to take care of that child. And that's why sometimes we do that. And some people don't even want to help us. Because we're so arrogant, we think that because we've had a child, we can be lifted up. No. So please, even you that have that child, you are a problem too sometimes. I can be a
Yep.
problem too sometimes because I'll be like,
Mhm.
oh, this is not how I put on the child's diaper. I want the child clothes to match together. That scares away some of your mother-in-laws. That scares away your friend. If you
Mhm.
want your child to wear PJ Maxx up and down, put the PJ Maxx on the side. Don't assume that they will have to do it. I'm coming back to all because we always, and the worst is when you have a male child. You think your mother-in-law is there, your husband is there, you have a male child. We Africans, like, men cherish male child. You think you've had one and you're boasting around. No, girl, don't do that because your mother-in-law will leave.
Yep.
So I come back to us. Let's be human. It's our burden. I have a child. It's my responsibility. Any person who
Mhm.
comes to help me, I should be absolutely grateful. So
Yep.
over to you, Miss Molly. I don't know why I was so emotional, girl. Child.
All right, Miss Molly,
Experience, girl. Experience.
do you want me to take some of the comments while
Yeah.
we're
Go
in
Oh
ahead.
there?
yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So thank you all, ladies. And then I see a lot of, let's see, I see our testimony. I see, yeah, we have Glam Queen here. Glam Queen
Oh,
say,
glad.
hello, happy Sunday, sisters. She says, very true. I had a friend whose mom came and her friends convinced her to even go look to school. And she left the daughter with the babies and moved out. So sad.
So sad.
And then she also says, yes, postpartum depression is real. And we have Agbo testimony. She says she can imagine what someone can be going through. She says it's not really easy. Thank you all so much, Glamqueen and Agbo testimony, for your comments. Man, I felt so bad because, man, I didn't even get mommy and mother-in-law. You people have someone you're trying to tell them that your time don't reach for go back. I'll give everything to have one, just one. But again, that's life. And then we have one more comment. She's from Agbo testimony. She says, no, I can keep my child. I think she was saying can't. In a daycare, I call my child's diaper is filled and I'm paying you. I will not be happy. Of course, that's
Okay.
completely different than what Miss Erika was saying, because Miss Erika was talking about helping, right? Maybe Miss
Yeah.
Molly can drop
Like
the
your
kid.
mother. Oh yeah. No daycare. You have to
Exactly.
sue them, boo boo.
If you are paying for your services, you
Oh
have the right. You have the right.
Mhm.
yes.
Thank you all so much. Please keep your comments coming. Miss Molly.
Woo, Henrietta have spoken everything. Yeah, so this
Same,
mother-in-law, mother, I've not had that opportunity, right? Um,
same here.
from the
Same
beginning
here.
up to now, it's always been me and my husband, right? So I've not had that privilege. I cannot really speak deep on that. Um, when I had my first child, I didn't have any experience whatsoever. I did not know
Mm-hmm.
any. I think if I had help, I would have appreciated a lot. I had one of my when I was back home in Kumba. I went to Divine High School. I had one of the teachers. She was here when I had Joseph. She was the one who came in. I did not even know how to feed a
Oh,
belly. I did not know. I did not know anything. I did not even know how to give the baby a bath. The first day I gave my baby a bath, he cried, and I called her that the baby is crying. She's like, pour the water, let me feel it. She said, Molly, this is too cold. So if I had that help,
that's good.
yeah, I would have appreciated like somebody staying in. She helped me a lot. She was the one who would,
Amen.
like you're saying, drop by before she goes to work, check on the baby, things like that. But like my experience was different. Like you guys have different experience. Mine was different.
Yeah.
It was right, my husband and myself, right? Most of the time I ate burgers. That's what he could afford. Yeah, because he did not have the time to come cook for me.
Yes.
So during
Mm-hmm.
he had to work and he was doing his PhD, so he did not have the time. So most of the time when he's back from school, he would stop at McDonald's or whatever and get me one of the biggest burger and bring it there. And then on weekends now on Saturday, he will cook. You know, he will cook for me. But weekdays, I will eat burger every day. I was big like this burger. I will eat burger. He get off work. He has to go do his research. He will just go and grab the burger, French fries, a big milkshake, and put it there. Yeah, he said, "Chop, drink, me, Bobby enter." You
Was
know.
it vanilla, girl? Mm,
Yeah, so my experience was different. You know. And again, this
I know.
like we already said it. I'm repeating what we have said already. Like mother-in-laws and your mom coming in. It depends on the relationship you have,
Yes.
right? And then at times you can still be in a like Henrietta was saying that, oh, we are not in a good terms. Why did you come in? At times they came in, you are in a good term. And then now they have boundaries. Every home has a boundary, right?
Yep.
They start stepping in those boundaries like, oh, and 90% of the time, don't get me wrong, 90% of the time, when it's your mom is different. Because
Yes.
if you make something that is wrong, you can yell at her, put her in a spot. You can even boss your mom around the house. Mommy, give me water. Mommy, give me the. There are some times that you don't even have the guts to talk to your mother-in-law.
Mm-mm.
She has built a wall. There are times that they build a wall, they give you the look. But your mother that she build a wall, she's wearing a long face, you don't care. Mommy, I the hungry, make me pepper soup. I don't care for that face. So most of the time you bring your mother-in-law in. I've not had that experience, but I've had people that I had conversation with them. They were fine,
Mm-hmm.
they were cool with their mother-in-laws, right? And after staying for 3 weeks, 6 weeks, they started trying to change everything in the house. And the woman is like, I cannot take it. Yeah, there are boundaries. And then the
Yeah.
men, and especially us, our African moms, we think that the husband is the owner of the house. I always say this: you don't even know who is paying the mortgage,
Ah.
you know who is making more money in that family. And they come with the mentality that the man owns the house and now they want to boss you around. One of my friends told me that the mother-in-law came to visit because she was having a baby. She said she came for vacation. She want to rest. I have lived all my life to raise 7 kids. I want to rest. Yeah, not like Henrietta was saying that you are babysitting your mother-in-law, you're babysitting the kid. In that scenario, let her leave before even 3 months. I would say 3 months maximum, but if you're stressing me, you are going. You are gone, bye-bye. You are going. So it just depends on the relationship, right? People come in my house and you start breaking boundaries. I will not tolerate that from my mom. I will not tolerate that from my sister, from my friends, from my mother-in-law. I don't have a mother-in-law right now, but I will not tolerate that from anybody. Irrespective of you have given me help, I appreciate it. But there are some boundaries that I don't expect anybody to go cross that boundary. I will not take it from anybody. I will not. Maybe I feel like that because I did it all by myself. Maybe that's why I'm coming so strong from this angle because I did it by myself. Yeah. And I can tell women that are out there, if you need the help, get it. But don't let anybody, be it your mom, your mother-in-law, whoever, come in your house and start their boundaries and start breaking those boundaries in the name of, okay, because I need help, I have to tolerate it. I did it by myself. You can do it by yourself too. That's all I have to say about that.
Thank you so much, Miss Molly. I don't know if you can hear me. My internet is crazy.
We can hear you,
We can
Miss
hear
Olivia.
you, Olivia, we can hear you.
I'm breaking
Are
up
you
like
hearing
crazy.
us?
I'm trying to. Hmm.
Can you hear us, Miss
Okay.
Olivia?
I'm just trying to get to another browser because I know I'm going to break up at one point. So, but if I thought I break up, please go ahead and continue. I'll just take the comments that I can see now.
Okay.
I see when Love said, I know, mommy, and you never know the importance until they're gone. She says, I miss
Yes.
my mom, my
Miss
I think
Olivia,
Miss
you're
Olivia. Yeah,
Miss Olivia,
she's
you're
breaking.
breaking up.
Yeah.
Miss Olivia is breaking up.
Oh.
So we have a comment from Glam Queen. I'm going to read it. I know, mommy, you never know their importance until they are gone. I miss my
Amen.
mom more after my son
Mm.
of son. There are days I just wish she was here and stay with him, not not even changing the.
Don't
I'm
enter
saying
that.
not even changing his diapers. You just want.
You
There
doing
are days that you
nothing.
just want somebody. Yeah, I get
Yeah.
where Glam Queen is coming from, especially once you have had that help before and
Yeah.
then now you don't have
It's
it,
gone.
you appreciate it, it's gone. It's not like she'll be there for the other baby. She's gone, and may her soul rest in peace.
I
She was,
know.
she was mommy for all of us.
I say, my sister. So, like you said, Miss, oh, she's saying another one. Yeah, very true. When it's mother-in-laws, it's different. It's true. Like you said, Miss Molly, it's really different when it's mother-in-laws. And that's why I said that if somebody takes care of your child for a minute, you should be absolutely grateful.
Mm-hmm.
because it gave you time to do something. That's what I keep saying, because I was so happy that I had that help for one child, which was George, because it's a different experience from the other two to this one, like you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's really a good thing. Miss Olivia is having some technical faults. We just have to keep going, and I know she's gonna join us. So, like we said, the topic is about how long your mother-in-law, or mom, should stay in your house after having a child. They can stay as long as they want. They're family. They are family, like Miss Molly said. But if it's coming, if it's not giving what it was supposed to give, when there's too much negativity, there's anger, they're not doing what everybody's not doing what they're supposed to do. The boundaries are being crossed, because, like I said, when you have a child, you have emotions, your hormones change. I had that. Sometimes my husband will be like, I yell a lot, I become moody. You can have that, but I want people to understand this, that women go through phases after having kids.
Yep.
Sometimes people will be like, "Oh, you do belle, you do over chop, you do over tongue." You'll be like, "Nah, belle." Sometimes it might not be it, but I won't blame us ladies. I sometimes use it too. I tell my husband, "Oh, it's because of the baby." But when you have kids, when you've had that child, there's this thing that happens to you. It's either you get through postpartum depression or you're not. So most ladies go through that, but the men don't understand. I want to say this much, Molly, and the viewers. I went through that, like I said, and I almost lost my marriage. My husband, it came to a point that he didn't want us to continue because he wasn't understanding me. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming out with an awareness. And I remember I said this in my house, please, let's put an awareness on this. Let's put
Yeah.
it out there in Africa. Women go through that and they'll be beaten by their husbands, thinking that they're doing it intentionally. You can be aggressive and all that. You'll be like, oh, you're disrespecting me in front of this, but not knowing that she's going through something. So I pray that the healthcare back in Africa, we have this awareness that after the women have kids, they should sit back, talk to them, or send some midwives to talk to them. The both spouse that know your wife can go through this, she can go. These are the characteristics, so that we stop this thing of thinking is witchcraft. Like that's why sometimes women have kids, Miss Olivia, and their mother-in-law or mom comes over or friend, they'll be like, "You sure the woman not be witch? She's a witch. This is a witch." No, she's going through something that she herself doesn't even understand. She's going
Yeah.
through that. So
Yeah.
women are not witches. There's no witch on earth. It's just what the faces they're going through. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm pleading and I'm begging with, oh, thank you, oh, Miss Olivia. Our tech is back. Hi, tech. Our tech
I
is back.
yeah.
Do we go to the next part of the question, or we're still in the
Yeah,
first
we
one?
can go to the
Second
next.
one.
We can go to the next. I think we have like
Yeah.
8 minutes before we round up.
Mm.
But Henrietta was
Okay.
saying something. Maybe Henrietta should round up
Yeah.
what she
No.
was talking. Yeah.
Yes, Miss
Oh,
Anita, please go
yeah.
ahead.
So please, let's have this awareness. Like Miss Glam Queen brought it up. She went through that, the depression thing. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss it. Even when you are with your friends. We know sometimes we see it as women, we want to talk about things that don't really matter. Let's talk about these things of depression after birth, what people go through, because it's really going to help some ladies and save some marriages. I think my marriage was saved by my sister-in-law. After she realized it, she's like, "Oh no, you're going through postpartum depression." She had to explain it to my husband that that's what she's going through. It's not her, it's not Henrietta doing that. So please, we have to do that for one another. Yes, Miss Olivia.
All right. I was just trying to put it there so that I can post it, so
Oh, okay.
whoever is joining us can see it. All right. Okay. Cool. Thank you, ladies. I just apologize for that. Man, I don't know what's happened to my internet, but I'm glad I'm back. So if you notice, we're just going down from the pregnancy, delivery, mother-in-law staying at home or mother, and then the last part of this question. I know we're almost ahead of time, but it's just something that happens normally in most of our homes, right? So is it okay after all of this for your father or your mother or your mother-in-law to name your child? Is that, I think that was it, right? That
Yes,
was
that's a good one.
Yeah.
that was one of them. So before I go, I don't know if you guys um took some of the comments. I see
I
a
think
Yeah,
we should
few.
end
we
up
read
to the
Miss
one at
Garland.
1:26 p.m. There's one for 1:26. That's the last one, around 1:25.
156.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then I think our testimony was accepting what Grand Queen said earlier, and she was, confirming that. Thank you. That was much what we had. And again, thank you so much for the support. This has been amazing. So let's go into this one. Is it okay for your father or your mother-in-law or your mother to name your child?
Hmm.
It's funny. Why I laugh though, because I think all of these things boils down to communication, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, before you want can give me and my mama or bikini name, me say me and mama no agree no. Because there's no way you go come out from wherever you are and just jump in and say, "Dear bikini na ABC." No, maybe I'll tell my mama and say, ABC how, because it's not common in other parts of the world, right? In some parts of the world and some people individually,
Mm,
when you have your kid, is that day that a kid comes out and don't ask your man, say, yeah, and name say wait, and then the man will say, you want my papa, we don't come back to Mugi, and stuff like that, which is okay, right?
Yeah.
It's very okay. And then there are in other parts that before that day, the man and the woman have been there scratching out names. Let's do A, let's do B. For my niece, I always called out my first daughter. I was there with the mother trying to join the name husband and wife. We were mixing it up. So nobody could change her name because I was bent on it. I was like, I've worked so hard. And it goes around to other families. Maybe some people, okay, maybe I lost my mom at that period, and then I give birth to a girl, and I'll try to tell my husband where I really want to give my mom, this name, or vice versa. Or maybe the husband lost the mom, which is a mother-in-law at this point. Remember,
yeah,
this is too, right? He
yes,
wants to say, okay, let's give this name to my mom. And then maybe the mom has a name that you do not really like. We want that new fashion name, something and stuff like that. Try to make it up now. Try to change it, put something beside, slash something, so it's pretty, so that your husband can be happy to. I'm just saying it to all the women. We should not be selfish about it, because we always think that maybe we're the ones who want to give those names. That man like Kintuno, yeah, he wants to give something that is a little that a piece of him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, for that baby. And then I'll go back to what I said at the beginning, communication. I don't think father-in-law or
mm,
mother-in-law or
mm,
mother, going back to the other side, or mother or your father can just come and give that name, and then you accept that you're angry about it. I think you have to stand your ground, right? If I'm with my
Mm-hmm.
husband and we already picked our names, I'll say, well, mommy, all due respect to, I cannot accept that name because this is what we want. There's something in my village in Womb. If anybody's watching who is from Womb, they make it so simple, right? Let me quote an example. Let me say they gave birth to me and my parents had decided that, okay, I'm Olivia. That's the name that I've chosen. If Miss Molly comes in and say, hey, this baby, I love this baby. I'm going to give this baby's name Molly. So Molly cooks a very good meal and brings it and say they call it naming. Molly says
Mm-hmm.
this baby's name is Molly. When Molly and her family members see that baby, they'll say, how is baby Molly doing? And it's okay. But it's my name Molly. No. I still have the name that my parents gave to me. So at the end of the day, when you see I saw this a lot with my niece. My mom's friends, a lot of them, they have different names that they call her. That's how I have to find out that what was going on. So they'll cook and they bring and say, we're coming to name this baby in our favorite name that we like. Of course, they know that this baby has a name, but we're going to keep calling her that because that's the name we wanted to give her. And life goes on. But again, I think that the parents, right, mother-in-law, father-in-law, mom, dad, should respect the couple's wish first
Mm-hmm.
before they are imposing theirs. And again, communication. Maybe they wish that because of men are cunning, right? You wanted to give your daughter your mom's name, and you know that your wife is going to refuse. You go through your mommy for background. Say you go tell her. Maybe she'll
Mm-hmm.
accept for communication. For me, that's it. Try to communicate and try
mm,
to see, you know, how we can do it so that everybody's happy at the end of the day, and not one person. All right, let me just take a few comments. One from Glam Queen. She says, no, they shouldn't. They can only propose a name or request to have a name after them. But it should be up to the couple to decide. Exactly. Just what we've
Yep.
been saying.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Glam Queen. We have Ifeoluwa Fortune. She said, I remember last year that my third sister gave birth to her first child. Like I have had two names jotted down to give her, not until her parents both her parents, both hers and her husband, so that's mother-in-law and her parents, they started
Mm-hmm.
bringing theirs, and I finally gave up. That's a funny one. It happens. Just give your name, just give your name to yourself. Call her that when you see that baby. Say, hey, baby, hey, as you wanted her to be. And then Miss Lamp, you say, wow, that's a great tradition. Everyone is
I know.
satisfied.
I
Exactly.
know. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, ladies. I know Miss who was speaking the last. So Miss Arita, who wants to go?
It's Miss Molly, then I'll speak the last.
Yeah, I want to go. Yeah, for the
Mm.
naming thing is like Olivia said, communication, right? Um, I know in most of us, our African culture, usually when you have a baby, first child, the name goes to the man's side of the family. And is the man's name, yeah. 90% of the time is that's how the culture, we don't know where that is coming from. Yeah,
Ah,
so the culture we are just following
you're
it
full.
blindly.
You're a big
We have been
hit.
following
Okay.
these cultures blindly for so long that it has become a norm. Yeah, you had the first child, the man side of the family has to name the child. In that situation, I would think, I might be wrong, because I would think that if it's a man, if you come from like, because I'll give myself an example. When I had I don't have modern names. My kids are younger. They don't have modern names. They are Joseph. They are Andrew. I don't have modern names. I am a believer. I am a believer of naming people after the people in the family. I'm a believer of that. You can see the example from my kids, but it doesn't work for anybody. I am somebody who believes that when you have the first child, the man should name the child. And if the man is naming the child, it means that me and my husband can decide that, oh, we are naming this child George. And then the man's side of the family, like the mother-in-law or the father or my father-in-law, whoever from the family, say, no, you're not naming this person, that's so and so. Even if I've had that conversation with my husband, based on my belief, I'll let it go because I know that you are supposed to name it. I was trying to be nosy, make open eye,
Mhm.
get the
Mm.
name. Because I know that culturally, even though I'm following this culture blindly, I don't know where the heck that is coming from. I'll let you have the name. Yeah. When it's my turn, like I
Mm-hmm.
had the second child, I
Step by
thought it
step.
was a girl. I was supposed to name her. I thought it was a girl. I'm like, it's gonna be my
Mhm.
mom's. Yeah. And my mom was like, I said, okay, since it's not going to be a girl, I was not brought up with my dad, so I will not give my dad that privilege. It's too much of
Privilege.
a for me to give
Correct.
You're
somebody
right.
that was not there to name my child.
You're
Yeah, if
right.
you're not there for me, I don't care if you're my father, my mother, my whatever, I will never name my child after you. So I said, I'm going to name my child Star. Yeah, I wanted to name my second child Star. My mom was like, no, that name is my name. I'll give it to whoever I want to give. So I am a believer of that. I let my mom name my son after her elder brother. But that
That's
doesn't,
sweet.
like Sam Queen said, it's a communication. And like I'm also saying, this culture that we are following, and I'm a believer of it, I don't even know where it came from. Who
But you're
says,
believing.
I know, who says a man should name the child first? I don't know. But
Oh
again,
God.
man is the winner because whichever name you give the
Yeah.
child, that those kids are going to answer his last name,
Mhm.
including
Yeah.
the wife. So no matter how the naming ceremony is, to me, I see like the man is the winner here. Because what
Yes.
is really important is the last name. And the kids, irrespective of whatever we call them yesterday, we call them today, we call them peace, we call them tomorrow. At the end of the day, they are answering the last name of the man. So the husband side is always the winner. That's all I have to say.
I am so excited. Miss Olivia, do you have any comments, please?
Yes. Thank you so much, Miss Molly.
Oh my God.
Akindele, Bolaji Michael says thanks for this. Glamke
Yeah,
says great topic, sisters, very relatable. Glad I watched. Thank you so much, Glamke, for being with us
I
today.
know.
And then Miss
Uh,
Linda Abieru says, ladies, I'm so
ooh.
thrilled with this topic. Thank you for joining us, Linda.
Thank you. Thank
While
you.
Miss Molly was speaking, Miss Agbo testimony said,
Okay.
please tell
Yeah,
us more. And she is laughing and she says, please tell us more. That this topic is hot.
Oh my God.
Miss
Oh my
Marita,
God,
over to
Miss Olivia. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miss Molly. The only thing that cracked me out was when you say you don't even know where this tradition is coming from, but you're just following. My
you.
friend,
Dede,
you don't need anything follow. You follow to
you
go where?
Dede.
I did go. I did go. Adipolo. Adipolo.
Ah, you're absolutely right, because in Africa, anything that happens, they said our forefathers, the men always say, wapadem, wapadem, wapadem. So, there's nothing we can do about it. We're just going to be hearing our wapadem till thy kingdom come. So this thing of naming, and when I was thinking about this, I was like, it's a good thing. But you just nailed it all, Miss Molly. They have their last name. At the end of it, whatever thing we do, they have their last name. And one thing about African tradition, or in Africa, I don't know, they always say that you might give a name to someone, but be careful. They always say you can give, I might be a witch, as they say, and then my daughter gets a child, whoever, they want to put Henrietta. Put like, no, no, no. Henrietta was a witch. When you put your child's name related with that person, they say it goes with that child. I don't think it does. It doesn't. That's the mentality of what? In those days, our
Yeah.
forefathers, the tradition. Nothing like that happens. And it's really a good thing for the communication. My first child, my parents, my father-in-law just came the first time, like, oh, I'm going to call him Fosu. I turn and look at my husband, I'm like, what do you mean by Fosu? It's my first child. I think we need to think about it. He's like, no, it's Fosu. It's Fosu. I was looking for another name for that child. And my dad came his own. Oh, is he gave his own name. Minjo. Papa,
Awesome.
I can't give him so. He said Minjo. Now he papa now he uncle in name. I was like, God. I looked at my husband, I'm like, what are we gonna do? We said, okay, now that the two papa they want this name, we're gonna put it, but we're gonna name our own. That's why my child has 4 names. Hane, Fosu, Minjo, Awa. Poor child. In
I have
America, they
5.
choose just 2 names, so 2 names they choose. So, like you all say, it's communication, but we didn't have no communication at that time in that hospital, that first child. Because me and my husband were confused. We didn't even know what to say. But at the end of it, like Miss Olivia said, don't put a name that you regret it. But we really like those 2 names, because when I sat back and I'm like, I appreciate them for doing that, because they didn't even give their own names. They gave somebody's name else. So I'm like, they were not selfish too. And the second name was because my sister-in-law got into the labor room. My husband didn't want to, so I had to put my sister-in-law name for my daughter's name, because she was there. Like you all say, if somebody takes care of you, Miss Molly, you said that. Somebody is there for you, doing things for you. Why can't you name them? Why do you have to name somebody's name who's not been there for you because his family, his father, his mother? No. And then George, my mother-in-law, stood up like you all I said, you know him. She said it openly that it's George. And I couldn't resist it. You know why? Because it was my father's name. Ladies watching, I was so proud of myself. I'm like, I finally got something for my household. That's my dad's name. And naming has to be done by you, the spouse, and somebody you people trust and love. Give them that opportunity. But if you don't have no trust and love, you and your spouse name that child and make them understand that it's our child. We're going to stay with them till the rest of our life. Let's name it in a way that we want it and we love it, and we're going to be with them. So I know we're running out of time, and we've had these 3 amazing ladies. Did you all understand that this topic was in 3 sections? And we had 3 amazing ladies. And I just want to thank our viewers, like Miss Olivia always does, like we do in the Mollie Show, with a conclusion of all these is about you all. It depends on what you want. We just giving our opinions. We've said it. If you're in the labor room, get your mother-in-law or not. It depends on you. Who do you feel comfortable? At the second point, you have the child, you need help. If you really need help, get that help. But are you comfortable with that person? And at the end of the naming, is that name a name you want to carry, you want to call with pride and love? That's on you. And I know we all do good choices, because one thing in life is you do a bad choice so that at the end you realize and you change and you move on. So whatever thing we've done in all these topics and we think is negative, we can still make it positive. So our viewers, we want to thank you all. Like we say in the Mollie Show, everything boils down to you. What do you want to do? So thank you all for watching. I don't know what you all think, ladies.
I think Miss Olivia is going to conclude, and I don't know if there are some comments you want to do a shout out, and then we.
Yes, let me do a shout out in the comment section and then we conclude.
Oh,
Thank you all. I'll just give the last comments that I'm trying to see. Okay, Miss Agbo testimony said, okay, the husbands, when I don't win now. And then Miss Gamke said, "Thank you, Miss Molly. I was told according to tradition that the man names the first child and no argue. So second picking and move now Hollywood name. They not talk about how much fire. All right. And then and then Cash this Cash Daramola says we are in Africa,
Yeah,
mommy.
Africa, Mama, you're right.
You know, naming the first child after the man's family and stuff like that. So Ms. Lamquin also says both my kids were named after family members. We use their middle names and both families are happy with us for that. That's cool. And then
Mm-hmm.
Miss Linda Bedu says she concurs the men are the winners at the end of this naming rights because their last name
Crown it
covers
Mhm.
all.
it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
see a conclusion today for Miss Agbo testimony. Thank you all so much. And then I have one more comment. I think it's from Cash Daramola. It says, I practically do not see anything wrong with parents giving names as far as the names match up with what you want and desire. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. We
Mm-hmm.
are in African Diva TV. Okay, I do not understand the last part, but again, we get your
No,
point.
we're in Africa, so he's calling out Divers TV. Hope
All
so.
right, I'll take that. I'll take that.
I'll
So,
take it.
but the best part
So
of
let
your
me have
comment is the best part in your comment is that you said as far as the name match up to what we want. If
Yeah.
Yes.
it's something that we want, no problem.
Yeah.
And I got testimony. It was an amazing live show. Thank you
Mm-hmm.
also
Thank
much.
you, thank
Ladies,
you, thank you.
we had an amazing day, right? Please
Mhm.
shout
Keep
out to
sharing.
everyone we had online today. I might not call off your names. We have Kajamala, we have our testimony, we have Glamping, we have Linda Biedu, we have Misape. Misape finally said she's having a lot of network problems. We have Fortune. We have someone Akiambo Naya. She said, "Good evening. Thank you so much for joining." And of course, a lot of shares, a lot of comments, and a lot of I see you all inviting a lot of people. So, but we
Thank
are
you.
so grateful. We're here. We're on TikTok. We're on YouTube, and we're on Instagram. We are striving the best we can to sync all of these platforms so we can
Platform.
be live all of them. So
Mhm.
you're comfortable wherever you are to stream our live videos. We're excited for our last giveaway because it just came up. We didn't announce that. We saw the number that Facebook sent to us, how
Mm-hmm.
you participated, how you shared, how you liked. We use that to do the giveaway. So again, the next one
Yeah.
is just something like that, except we do something special, of course. But again, the next one, just keep following, keep watching, keep liking, and you never know if you are going to be the winner. Do not hesitate to always
Mhm.
comment, send us a message. We see a lot of messages from you all.
Yeah.
Do not hesitate to send your topic too, right?
Yes,
Like,
please.
I want us to talk about this. It doesn't have to be your story. It can be something you saw. It can be someone who needs help that you are trying to bring it out there so that the person can have an awareness. It doesn't have to be your topic. So drop it again in our inbox and we'll be able to discuss that. I think
Thank
from the
you,
Mollie
thank
Show,
you.
is have a great day, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.